Yo, what's good, meatheads? Hope you're having an amazing day, and welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your returning champion, IFBB Pro Matt Brutale, and today we're going to be talking about Valentine's Day. Of course, how to stay fit during Valentine's Day without actually fucking it up, without ruining the vibe. So this is a very time-sensitive episode because this probably won't even pertain to you until Valentine's done, right? To be honest, I should have talked about this yesterday, but I know that there are 10 tips in this little episode that will help you in the future if you do have a partner and you want to remain fit. These are 10 things that, although, we're talking about Valentine's Day here, if you are serious about living and maintaining a healthy style with your partner, there are 10 things in this podcast episode, in this live stream, that I'll be sharing with you guys and girls so that you can remain fit during your relationship and not have it fucking suck ass. Because I've been in the position, I've been both sides, with fit chicks and not so fit chicks. And it's not to say that one or the other were worse, but essentially it was a little bit harder for me to do what I do, given that I love bodybuilding and I love being at the gym, and you probably love fitness or prioritize health as well. So you don't want to have that resistance. You know what I mean? You don't want to have that resistance at all. And today I'm going to be sort of talking about it, giving you some of my experience, my personal experience, and then also 10 tips on how to incorporate fitness into your romance or into your relationship and not have it suck ass. Because I've had it suck ass and I don't want that to happen to you guys. All right, so we're going to be breaking it down in a bit. Shout out to everybody that's on the live stream. I've got a question here on the live stream. He says, okay, yeah, Austin, I'll check you out there. I'll check you out after this episode. You wanted me to check that DM. So let's break it down, guys. Short, sweet, to the point. First of all, happy Valentine's Day to you guys that are celebrating it. And for you that aren't, still happy Valentine's Day. Go love yourself. Do fucking something for you. Okay, so let's break it down here. All right, let's talk about 10 ways to stay on track during Valentine's Day or as a couple. All right, and this is, first of all, let me share something with y'all. All right, let me get it a little bit vulnerable. Story time, motherfuckers. Story time. So and let me just be honest with you guys. Growing up, I wasn't the type of person to, I didn't see my parents celebrating Valentine's Day. I just got to keep it a stack, you know? And I'm not saying this as an excuse to not know what the fuck you're supposed to do. We all went to public school, I assume, or at least in North America, I did. And we had Valentine's Day there. But, I didn't fucking know what it really was. And so growing up, and some of you guys listening to this might have experienced this, growing up, excuse me, I didn't put an emphasis on that type of stuff. I treated it as a regular day. It's just another day. It's like Halloween, right? At a certain point in your life, you stop collecting candy when you go outside. And the same thing was with Valentine's Day. You stop making cards and da-da-da-da. At least that's what I thought. And so I got to give you a funny story. There was a time where it was a Valentine's Day and, I treated it like a regular day. What I was thinking about was I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to eat clean, the same foods that I eat, that I would have eaten the day before or the day after Valentine's Day. It's just a regular day. And that was when I fucking learned, no, bro, you can't do that. And if you're one of those guys that, of course, you love the gym, you love fitness, you love your meal prep. If you're one of those guys that, absolutely fucking ignore your partner or are completely oblivious to the fact that Valentine's Day means something to your partner. And again, it doesn't have to be a guy to girl thing. It could be a girl to guy thing. Maybe the guy doesn't care about it or the girl doesn't care about it and the guy wants her to care about it or whatever it is. You gotta, and again, this is why today's episode is more focused on a couple. You got to consider, what would make them feel good, right? Not just you. Okay, so this is very weird, in terms of an episode, because this is the first time I'm talking about you not considering just yourself when it comes to fitness, because you want to be fit, absolutely, and you want your partner to be healthy and fit, I would assume. And so the 10 tips that I'll be breaking down in today's episode will show you just how to do that, but without spoiling the mood like I did. And just to tell you the rest of the story, so we wake up and then she asked me, she's like, hey, what are we going to eat today? And I'm looking around, I'm like, ground turkey. And dude, she was pissed. She was pissed. I didn't know, because personally, I didn't care about Valentine's Day. I've never had to do that or did that with any other previous partner. You can call me an asshole, you can call me a dick. It wasn't I intentionally decided not to do it. It was just not important to me and was never communicated. And I just didn't care about it. That's just me being honest. And that day I learned very quick, that dude, you gotta balance this shit out, especially if you're in a relationship, dude. Like, you can't just straight up do the fitness thing by yourself in a couple. You gotta either pipe down or pipe up. You know what I'm saying? So that everyone's on the same wavelength here, and so that you don't spoil the romance, or like whatever you guys are as a unit, or whatever you guys are doing. You don't want to just consider yourself. All right. And so with that, we're gonna be diving into today's episode. I'll be giving you 10 tips, whether it's, you know, I mean, it's Valentine's Day today, but whether or not you're listening to this on Valentine's Day, this will apply to you if you are in a relationship and if you want your partner to stay healthy, stay aligned, stay fit as you guys are together. So let's break it down. All right. Staying in shape during Valentine's Day or just as a couple doesn't mean you have to essentially sacrifice romance and celebration. It doesn't. As a matter of fact, I learned that the hard way. All right. Here are some tips, 10 tips to help you balance that out. You want to balance out the fun shit and the monotonous shit. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is, and a lot of you guys, again, former me being included, fucking get your act together, plan an active date. Okay? Most guys struggle with planning dates in general because they're just oblivious, right? Either they don't care enough or they're oblivious. And I've been in both, positions, right? Whether I didn't care enough or I was just oblivious, just in a different state of mind. Okay. And that's just basically planning a date in general. So taking it another level up is to plan an active date. And again, this first step is like, I wouldn't recommend you do it if you're in a new relationship, because, you still want to have like the boring, classic, traditional novel, like go out for the dinner type shit, right? You don't want to be like, first Valentine's Day, let's go hike up a mountain, right? Because that's what an active date is, right? So if one of the ways, and again, I'm going to stress out every possible way that you can stay fit with your partner. Again, on Valentine's Day, you might not want to do this. If you're in a new relationship, you might not want to do this. But if we are talking about just generally spending time with your partner, planning an active date is the fucking amazing way to do so. All right. Like, that's what you want to do if you want to maintain some degree of health and fitness while you are also spending time with that special person. Okay. So instead of a traditional dinner date, like, just simply plan an active outing. It doesn't even have to be like hiking. It could be golfing. It could be just literally anything when you're on your feet. If the weather is good, fucking walk on the beach, right? Like, there's several things that you can do. Plan an active date. That's the first tip. The second tip, whether it's Valentine's or not, whether you are in a relationship or not, whether you are, it's something like important to do with another person or not, this is something that I think you should do anyway. And you know what it is, okay? It's cook a healthy meal. Whether you do it together or whether you do it by yourself, cook a fucking healthy meal. And again, I get it. On Valentine's Day, it's like, I want to go out, I want to have this fancy food, and do it. I urge you to do it, because it's not like every day is Valentine's Day. Like, do that special thing. However, more often than not, you want to be eating healthy meals together. If all you guys fucking do is sit around and eat takeout, not even that, if all your partner does or all you do is sit around and eat takeout, it's a matter of time before that habit rubs off on one or the other. And like, let me know if that's been you. If you've ever been in a position where either you or the other person was doing a negative habit, could have been eating, Uber Eats every day, drinking all the time, drugs even, and then that sort of like meshed its way into your life the more time you spent with that person. Like, I've been on both ends, guys, of having that impact, just to be completely vulnerable. All right. So you guys want to be making sure that you're cooking healthy meals together, and just generally for yourself. Like, whatever healthy habits you have, bring that with you into a relationship. And again, you could compromise on Valentine's Day. I would recommend it. Like, go have that expensive dinner. Like, that's worth it. But generally, you want to have a pattern of cooking healthy meal. Opt for homemade healthy meals instead of like DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever it is. Like, and also, guys, if you haven't done this already, I'll tell you personally, cooking together can be a fun and romantic activity. All right. Cooking together can be a fun and romantic activity. You don't have to make it so that it's all meal prep and da-da-da. Like, you can, whatever, you're whipping up eggs, just splash a little egg on her forehead, or he's, cutting up chicken or doing something, fucking bother him. Make it fun. All right. Whatever it is you're doing, make it fucking fun. All right. You could do it. It's possible. All right. And also, guys, you want to choose nutritious recipes that will align with your fitness goals. Like, cooking together is amazing, but you don't want to be cooking like a whole bunch of fried shit, greasy shit that isn't healthy for you, and you're going to be eating that consistently. Again, opt for healthy meals. Okay, so that's the second thing. And whatever tip I can give you guys today, it doesn't have to, you don't have to be in a relationship. Like you can do these things on your own, and give yourself that attention, give yourself that love, right? So for example, you're doing the healthy meals, and if you're not doing it with somebody else, fucking turn on some music, dog. Put your headphones on, put your favorite music on, get it going, start doing what you got to do, cutting up vegetables or cooking while you have music in the background, or put one of your favorite movies on in the background. Make it fun is what I'm saying. Don't just make it fucking boring, because you're going to hate it anyway. You have to do it. It's already annoying, like waking up on time. It's annoying, but you have to do it. So might as well enjoy it. Okay. The third thing here, guys, that I want to talk about when it comes to staying on track during Valentine's Day and essentially not having that compromise your progress, you don't have to sacrifice results. Again, applies outside of Valentine's Day, and I'm going to keep saying that so you remember, is to mindfully indulge. Mindfully indulge. What does that mean, guys? When I say mindfully indulge, what am I talking about? Well, it's something that you should do on your own already. This is dietary discipline 101. All right. If you decide to indulge in a special treat, do so mindfully. What does that mean? It means, yes, you can have bread. All right. You can have dessert. You can have that cake. You can have dessert at the end of that fucking Valentine's dinner. Wow. Isn't that amazing? But when you are doing that, do it mindfully. Okay. Meaning, don't eat the whole cake. Have a slice. Better yet, be modest. Have half a fucking slice. Okay? Especially if you've already had a full course meal before that, and that cake isn't going to be the difference of whether you're full or not. Don't go all the way in, As I say, enjoy a responsible portion and savor every fucking bite. It's better, and you guys let me know if you've ever experienced this or if I'm right or wrong. Is it better? Like, what tastes better? When you have a slice or a bite or maybe 3 bites of something really, really good, like sweet, whether it's a cake or whatever it is, dessert, when you have 3 bites of it and it just hits, or like when you have like 2 cakes of it, like 2 whole pies worth of it, like which will be better? Which experience will you favor more? Okay. For me personally, I favor having the fewer bites, because it just tastes better. You don't get so much of it where you feel sick of it, right? How many of you guys have ever felt that? Where you've eaten so much of something that is either too sweet, too salty, savory, whatever it is. If you had if you indulged mindfully and just had a few, it would have been fine, maybe even amazing. But if you have the whole bag of chips, if you have the entire cake, the entire pie, it just gets disgusting. That's what I want you to understand here. I want you to practice refraining from going all in and fucking up the entire table and leaving a bite mark in the fridge, guys. Okay? Indulge mindfully. Okay? This means that, again, whether it's Valentine's Day, you're just in a couple, or like you're by yourself, you're a single guy, single gal, you want to exercise dietary discipline. Because if you cannot exercise dietary discipline, what you're going to find is that you're going to start to demonize for like certain foods. And again, these foods aren't the healthiest foods, right? Like, we know you're not supposed to be eating cake all the time, pies all the time, donuts and whatever sweets and pastries. We know, right, that if you have too many calories, it's bad for you. However, you're going to start to like never want to eat cake again, never want to enjoy a savory, salty, maybe even a fried food, because you know that the moment you smell that, the moment you see it, the moment you touch it, you lose control, because you can't indulge mindfully. You lose your fucking mind and you eat the entire thing. Okay, so indulge mindfully. That's one thing that I want you to understand. If you are serious about staying on track, not even just during Valentine's Day or as a couple, but on your fucking own, right? Have some reverence, right? Know your limits. Just pipe down a little bit. Enjoy the fewer bites. Savor it, all right? Avoid overeating and feeling guilty afterwards. Okay, so the next tip, guys, all right? I want you to, and this is important because this could be the deal breaker when it comes to, should I have that dessert after this full course meal or should I not? Okay. And I think we talked about it, I think 2 days ago. And to the guys listening on our here on YouTube live stream, yes, I am real, but what I do is we do talk about what I have to talk about, the main topic, and then at the end I'll answer questions. So don't hesitate, ask questions. At the end of this episode, I will get back to you. So I appreciate you there on YouTube. I see you. But moving forward, guys, stay hydrated. I think we talked about this 2 days ago. about hydration, water, and how you can leverage water to manage your appetite. So if you're going to this Valentine's Day date or a couple's date or whatever the fuck you guys are doing, or you're just by yourself, again, this applies in all realms. Anything I'll say now for a couple, most of it will apply just generally. Okay, so staying hydrated is key. And I've noticed this for myself and my best clients. Whenever I go out to eat and I'm drinking, like, it doesn't even have to be water. Of course, I want you guys to make it water, but if I'm drinking anything during that meal, or even a little bit before, during, and and a little bit after that meal, I feel really full. Like there's almost no room in my stomach for like to eat anything else. And like, guys, that's amazing, because how many calories are in water? 0. And to be full off of water, something that has zero calories, it's amazing. It's literally a hack. So if you know yourself to overeat, and if you know yourself to just stuff your fucking face, whether you're at a family Thanksgiving, dinner out, you're at home, even whatever it is, if you notice that when you're having your fun time eating your junk food 10 to 20% of the time, you can't control yourself, like you cannot mindfully indulge, drink water as you eat. I promise you, you will not have the space to put in whatever you desire to put in with your sweet tooth. It's just no space. Okay? Like whether you're enjoying a special dinner, engaging in physical activities, remember to stay hydrated, period, for the function of your body. That's paramount. But for the hack, for the actual quick fix of not overeating, it's a benefit. It's such a huge benefit, guys and girls, to drink water as you eat, so that you don't have enough space to have 10 fucking desserts. Okay? The only downside to this is that you will experience temporary bloating, but that's nothing, because it'll pass. You'll piss it out, you'll shit it out, no problem. Cool. All right. So the next thing that I want to talk about here, guys, is, and this is quite a big thing that I didn't even know that could affect me. And again, for you guys as well here, this one's geared more towards relationships, but you could still kind of count this in with like friendships. Like if you have a workout groups, like you got your pack. Like if you ever roll to the gym and you got your gym buddies, this can apply to that too. All right. I'm really trying to include y'all. All right. So you want to work out together. This tip is work out together. Okay. And when I say work out together, no, I'm not telling you to be like those annoying fucking Instagram, TikTok couples that they're doing all this nonsense, like bullshit workouts. Nah, don't be those. That's kind of gay. Don't do that shit. What I'm saying is, if you're going to the gym and your schedules align, go to the gym with your partner. You don't have to do the same thing. Do your own thing. Do your workout. Let them do their workout. But make it a habit. And again, this could be also with your buddies, that your gym buddies, right? Make it a habit to work out together. Community. We often succeed more and more efficiently with a community that does similar things that we do. Okay. But again, to focus specifically on relationships, Valentine's Day, since that's the theme today, you want to work out together with your partner and incorporate the importance of like including each other in your own fitness journey. And on top of that, having somebody to motivate you. I could tell you so many times where I was at the gym, just to compare, when I'd go by myself versus when I'd be there with a partner. And romantic speak, even if it's not romantically speaking, right? If I'm just like with like my gym buddy, right? Those workouts with my gym buddy, first of all, I have a trusted spotter, so that's amazing. Those workouts with my gym buddy are far more amazing. All right, guys, far more amazing. Why? Because I got someone else that is literally that hungry, that will push me, that wants to actually see me legit win, and they're there doing the hard shit with me. And the hard shit is the gym, because nobody really wants to go. And if you've got somebody to go with you, to push you, to spot you, to help you, to support you, or whatever it is, just to be in the ambiance, to be there so that when you look in the mirror, you can smile, it makes it feel better. And I know you guys know this, because if you are regulars at your regular gym and you see buddy from 3 weeks ago or last week or 2 days ago, and these faces and whatever, you see that buddy there at the gym, you're like, oh, fuck yeah, it's going to be one of those workouts. It's going to be sick. It's going to kick ass because homie's here. He can spot me, or like, whenever we pass by, we're going to have small talk. And just those things, they really do make that workout experience a lot better, in my personal opinion. Or even for you guys, I know that girls have this too, but think of your gym crush. Compare a day where you go to the gym regularly, just it's a regular day, no new faces, You know, it's just another day versus a day with either a partner, your partner, or you see a gym crush. Just to see the gym crush, your workout's already a lot better. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you don't know, you're fucking lying because it's true. All right. So incorporate a workout into your Valentine's Day plans. You know, do it early in the morning. Do it far away from things in your schedule. If you're working today, which you should be, if you're an adult, then of course you want to be doing it at a time that matches with your partner. And if not, then of course it's not the end of the world. Especially if you guys already have that habit, that routine of just keeping fit, and you don't need the other person to like drag the other person to and from the gym, like then that's awesome. But if you notice that one of you guys are like more fit or more consistent with the gym or nutrition, and the other person isn't, try to do something at home per se. If you guys have schedules that don't align, just try to make it easier on that person. Cut them some slack because not everyone's gonna fucking love this like you do, and you have to teach it to some people sometimes. So have patience, have love, man. All right, that's part of what you're doing in a relationship, and of course it's Valentine's Day, so keep it shut, you. All right, guys. Whether you work out at home, whether you work out at the gym, or a simple outdoor activity, maybe like if you have a dog, walk the dog, do 10,000 steps, right? That counts. You don't have to be fucking benching for it to be a workout. All right, exercising together can create a bonding experience, not just with your romantic partner, but with like your friends or even like random fucking strangers at the gym that you meet at the gym. So just take that into account. If getting to the gym has been a little bit harder and you're like not as motivated, make more friends in the gym. Make it so that it feels kind of like a party when you go there. Like you are going there for the gym, you're going there for the experience, but you are also going there because you really want to go there. Like you could also go there and not work out and have a blast type shit. You feel me? So understand that. Let's get it going. Let's move forward. Another tip, guys, that I want to share with you guys today is, and we talked about this briefly earlier on, but I'm going to dive a little bit deeper because this is specifically for today, your Valentine's date. All right. And again, you can still apply this outside of Valentine's Day. It is choosing healthy options, for fuck's sake. See, I don't think it'll be a hard thing for you guys to do, because if you are going out on Valentine's Day, you're not trying to go to a fucking Chick-fil-A. You're not trying to go to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? So I'll cut you slack there. But wherever you are going at this expensive restaurant, make sure that whatever you're selecting is at least, like, again, you can lay back. You can decide not to have a healthy day. That's up to you. But if you are serious about maintaining momentum, all right, and genetically, you're in a position where if you mess up enough times throughout the week or the weekend, like, you could be screwed. Play a little safe and get the healthiest thing that you can possibly get. Like, instead of opting for bread, opt for a salad for a starter, right? Instead of for some of the dudes, instead of drinking a bunch of beer, empty calories, opt for something, a little bit less intense, or a little bit less, we'll say, negative in terms of like the way it might impact you, because the beer will also bloat you as well. But if you still want an alcoholic drink, do some wine, man. At least it has antioxidants, not completely empty calories. You know what I'm saying? But choose healthier options, long story short. If you're dining out, choose closer to the healthier menus, options on the menu. I don't want you to like go there and spoil it for yourself. Like, I don't want you to like, oh man, like, I'm such a fucking health nut. I'm an almond person, whatever, you know what I mean? Like those people that are obsessed with health. Yeah, I can't enjoy shit because I'm so serious with my fitness grind. Bro, like, you can still go out there, gal. You can still go out there and eat whatever you want. But if you are serious about at least maintaining momentum, just pick something closer to the healthier side. And in my opinion, the closer you get to a healthier option at an expensive restaurant, the better the food actually tastes. Okay? And again, typically most things at these restaurants are more or less healthy if you're going to an expensive restaurant. But let's say that you're not, you're doing something at home, and you just want to stay on the couch and just fuck around. Again, pick the healthiest possible option. Okay? And that goes with everything in your life when it comes to remaining on the ball. But you can still fuck around 20 to 10% of the time if you are sharp 80 to 90% of the time outside of the week. All right, so just keep that in your mind, right? Instead of fried shit, go for grilled shit. All right, limit high calorie appetizers and desserts as well. So again, limit. It doesn't mean you can't have it. As I talked about with a little bit earlier on, we talked about controlling your indulgence. All right. So to indulge mindfully means you don't have to cut the food out in general, but if you are sharp in terms of you're eating clean 80 to 90% of the time, then yeah, you can, 10 to 20% of the time screw around and have yourself a cake, pie, donut, maybe even have two. But you want to do so mindfully, and you want to limit the amount of high calorie foods that you consume, either when you go out with your partner or if you're eating at home. Cool? All right. And of course, we're talking about desserts because this is the next thing. Okay. This one's a little bit lovey dovey. But you want to share desserts. This is how you can properly practice indulging, you know, mindfully, but with a partner. This is, I think it's pretty cool. This hack, it's a cool thing. All right. Share your desserts. Order one, split it in half. This is something that I used to personally do. It's good because you get those few bites and it's like, oh, it's so good. You wish you had more, but there's no more. But both of you and your partner feel that way because you were able to mindfully indulge. All right. So that's the best way to enjoy a dessert with your partner, is to share it. Okay. If you have a sweet tooth, consider sharing a dessert instead of ordering one for each other. Okay. And this allows you to enjoy that treat without fucking going crazy. All right. Because some things just taste too good. They have no business tasting that good. And I get it. Like for me, that's pizza. Like I could destroy a box of pizza, no matter what size it is, how many toppings you got on it. Like if you put that in front of me and I'm hungry and I haven't eaten, I'm going to probably even eat the cardboard too. All right. So moving forward, guys, that one right there, I think that's probably the most romantic one on this list here that we're breaking down, but we still got a bunch more. Okay. What I want you to do, and this sort of ties into sharing desserts, is prioritize portion control. Be mindful of the portion sizes. Enjoy your celebration. Like this is Valentine's Day or whatever special occasion it is with your partner. Enjoy it. Okay. But don't let it lead to excessive calorie intake. And one way that you can stop this is using one of the tips that I said earlier on. Drink extra water in between yourself, like in between feeding yourself, and you won't have the space in your stomach to eat the rest of whatever it is that you want to eat. That'll help you prioritize portion control and indulge mindfully. All right. So listen, guys, pay attention to your body's hunger and your fullness cues, because that's ultimately what's going to sort of control you, moving you towards or moving you away from overindulging when it comes to eating on that beautiful Valentine's date. All right. Water is your friend. Remember that. Okay, guys. And this is another thing. I don't know how many people do it nowadays. I know that if you are fit and your partner is fit, and I'm going to just get off of track here because one of my homegirls, family member says, you had us all thinking you were having a baby. Yeah, so that picture that I posted, it was for a challenge called New Year, New Me. And of course, it's like a new me. It's a new person. So technically, I try to play the game with that, but it actually it worked, but it also backfired because a lot of people said, hey, you didn't tell me you were having a kid. I'm not having a kid, guys. I'm not. And when I do, believe me, y'all will be amongst the first to know. So my bad, Kabira. I appreciate you, homie. Happy Valentine's Day to you and Bon. And tell the family I say what's up. Tell my nephew, niece I say what's good. Appreciate you. I love you. So, and I thank you for tuning in. But my fault. And you would know. I would tell you before I even post it. I'll tell you I'll tell you guys would know before I even post it. So, but you know that already. You know that already. All right. So back on topic today, guys. Back on topic. Okay. So again, if the two of you were fit before you got together, this is not going to really, be revolutionary. But if one of you are more or less fit than the other, this is something that I want you to consider. Okay. Consider implementing a morning exercise routine. And when I say morning exercise routine, I'm not saying that it has to be in the morning. But what I'm saying is that you have a routine with your partner where things are systemized, where it's like, okay, well, if I can't, if we can't work out together, or our schedules conflict, that, we have a routine where no matter what, before we go to bed, or no matter what, before we, I don't know, have dinner, or whatever it is, you guys set the metrics. It's your relationship. But whatever it is, do your exercise routine. All right. And if you have like an accountability buddy, it's equivalent to having a coach or a gym partner. And your accountability buddy in this sense would be your partner. Okay. So what this looks like on Valentine's Day is you can start your day with a morning workout. or whenever you guys have time to work out before your dinner date, or even after your dinner date, if you guys are not going to like puke from all the food that you ate. All right. So it sets a positive tone for the day, number one. Number two, it boosts your energy levels. Number three, it allows for flexibility and evening plans if you do it earlier in the day. So you have more time to like, still pay attention to each other while also having prioritized yourself earlier in the day. And also, guys, I mean, secret here, but not so much of a secret, makes sex life amazing. Okay, when you know you already crushed your workout, you crushed your meals, you did your work, everything that needed to be done is done, and you got a clear mind, you're chilling. It makes it just so much easier to love your partner. All right, when you have shit on your mind, you know, tasks that you haven't completed yet, you've been skipping the gym, you've been eating like shit, and you feel these things, you know these things, you carry that with you throughout the house, into the bedroom, out to the bedroom, into the car when you're talking to them, even if you're being nice. There's like a resentment that builds up, not even towards them, but probably towards yourself, maybe even towards them a little bit, because like, again, you want to merge shit. You want things to work if you're with another person. And if your lifestyle conflicts with their lifestyle, or they have a healthy lifestyle, you don't, or you do and they don't, whatever it is, and you are both trying to improve, it becomes a lot harder to improve as a couple if you yourself don't have that routine and you're not like actually doing it. All right. So one way to help yourself stick to it while also helping your partner stick to it is to make it like a you thing. All right. For both of you, not you as an individual, but both of you guys together do the things that help you essentially get healthier, look better, not just for yourselves, but for each other, and also have a fucking kick-ass sex life. So that's free game. All right. So start your Valentine's Day out with a workout, or do a workout or something, physical throughout the day. And no, sex doesn't count as cardio unless you already did cardio. Then double up, baby. Let's get it. It's just gonna pre-frame your day properly. Think of the day that you work out and the day that you don't work out. They're two completely different days. And the ones where you work out are just better. Don't argue with me, argue with your mom. All right. So another thing here is, and this one is funny as shit because this is actually very cringe for me to say or to recommend. But this is something that, like, when I did it, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I had no business sweating this much and my heart's beating. I got a shower. All right. So this one is something that you can definitely do with your partner that I would recommend that you do with your partner is dance together. Dance together. Get a couple, if you don't drink alcohol, that's cool with you. Get a couple drinks in if you do drink alcohol, but dance together. Fucking learn the bachata. Do fucking salsa. Do fucking dance Michael Jackson. Who gives a shit? Dance with your partner, laugh together, create that atmosphere, that romantic atmosphere with your partner. Burn a little bit of calories too. That one snuck up on me from like the left side, because whether it's slow dancing or whether it's like taking a dance class, it's a really fun way to actually stay active and connect. And that's so cheesy, it's so cringe, but like I gotta tell you guys, and I'm being honest here, I'm giving you tips that I've used myself or that I'm currently using. So dancing with your spouse is legit one of the actual easiest ways to boost your heart rate. Not because you love them and your heart's beating through your chest, but because you're moving around. It's pretty much cardio. All right. So maybe that can be like something that like if you both don't have the time to go to the gym today, right? After your dinner date, fucking go home, get a couple glasses of wine or whatever drinks y'all drink, and just put on that music and have a ball. Have some fun, dance together, sweat a little bit, whatever, and that could also be some wicked kick-ass foreplay. All right, so moving forward, guys, got another tip here. This sort of ties into the first one, which is get outdoors. If weather permits it, if you are in a place that isn't like fucking snowing all the time, fuck Canada, just I had to throw that in there. Plan an outdoor activity, like a romantic walk in the park, walk the dog, a scenic hike. Fresh air and nature can contribute to both physical and mental well-being. That's not news to any of us, I hope. So just get outside, all right? Because a lot of us, especially like nowadays, and this is something that I attest to as well, a lot of us pretty much just, even in a relationship, sit at home and do nothing. And even if you're not doing nothing, you're going to go out and sit and eat, right? Like that's a restaurant. That's probably what you're going to do tonight if you're celebrating Valentine's Day with your person, okay? Or it's like you go to your family's house and you just sit around. It's like fucking go outside, go walk. Or if you're going to go do something together, make it like the gym or something where you're at least walking, you're on your feet, like go swimming, go just literally anywhere that you have to do something. Like go to like game rooms even, right? Or mini golf and shit like that, right? You want to just be on your feet, because I notice nowadays a lot of people just spend most of their time sitting down, lying down, and that's outside of work. And like if you work in a place where you sit down most of the time, you're fucked. Like you're literally screwing yourself because you're not burning pretty much any calories at all throughout your day. So just get up, do something with your partner outdoors or just on your feet, play a game, play a sport, do a walk, but stay on your feet, essentially. That's what I'm saying. And another one here, guys, is enjoy healthy snacks. Okay, I know I sound like a broken record, but this is something that I want you to understand, whether you're single or whether you're in a relationship. If you're celebrating anything at home, whether it's a birthday party, a Thanksgiving, a Valentine's Day, right? Have an option that is healthy, that is available. Make sure you do that, because if you don't have any healthy options, even if you do mindfully indulge in every option that you have, they're all not good options. So you're still likely to go over your caloric intake. So be very mindful of the snacks that you have available. Okay, fresh fruit, veggie sticks, hummus. And honestly, I don't really like hummus, so it's okay. If you hate me, you hate me. But guys, I'm not saying that you got to have the whole produce section on your table. But like, if you know that you want to have those one or two or three really sweet or salty or greasy things, bring them, but make sure that you have more of the healthy shit than that. All right, you don't want to have a lot of that shit, because what the fuck's the point of eating everything else if you have what you love right in front of you? It just makes it harder to practice being mindful. All right, you don't want to make it hard. You want to make it easy, unless we're talking about. Anyway, jokes aside, another tip here is. And this is the last one here, guys. Last tip. We are almost at 40 minutes today. Last tip before we get into questions, if there are any. Remember, okay, the key to finding balance that works for you and your partner is your ability to find balance. So what does that mean? That's kind of like a circular definition. What I'm saying is your ability to find balance lies in your ability to connect in a way that doesn't contradict. All right. If you love going to the gym and your partner doesn't, you're gonna have to find a balance to make it so that you still get to do what you get to do, and they still get to do what they get to do. But if they want to do something that isn't as healthy for them, that you encourage them to lift themselves up. Okay. And again, maybe you listening to this are the one that has the good habits or more of them than the other, or vice versa. Doesn't mean any of you guys are better than the other. It just means that, because you guys are together, you can now help each other to get more of each other's positive traits and control the negative ones. You can't really eliminate them, but control them, limit them, and make them vanish to a certain degree. All right. Also, another thing here when I'm talking about balance is, even if both of you are on, like, say both of you are out of shape and you really want to get in shape, and you're just like really committed and you're sick and tired of being overweight, having love handles, you got the arm fat, whatever it is for you, your guts hanging over your belt buckle, and you want to lose weight, and both of you guys, you and your partner, have this problem, I still want you to understand this: the 80-20 or 90-10 rule. You don't have to be so sharp every single day. You don't have to be 100% in with your nutrition or your training. Like, if you miss a day, it's not the fucking end of the world. All right. If you overeat one day, it's not the end of the world. You can still make progress if at least you are on the ball 80% of the time, and consistently on the ball 80% of the time throughout not only your fitness journey, but throughout your lifestyle. Right? Because the worst thing the thing that I don't like when it comes to just like health, or, when you are embodying new habits and new traits and you want to be more healthier, is like the perfectionism that you might feel you want to exude. Fuck, I messed up today, so I might as well throw away the whole month and eat like shit and not go to the gym. No, I don't want you to think like that. And you start to think like that when you don't understand that you only have to be on the ball 80% of the time, even 70% of the time, right? Because at least you have some breathing room. You don't feel like you're shackled up. You don't feel like you have to ignore your family for Thanksgiving. You don't feel like you have to skip out on, eating what you really, really want to eat this Valentine's Day because you have a fitness goal, right? You want to balance, guys. Okay, so this tip right here kind of actually contradicts everything I said before this, but that's only if you are on the ball, following your meal plan, following your training routine 80% of the time. Okay, if you don't have a fitness routine, if you are overweight, if you struggle with overeating and feeling guilty afterwards, or whatever have you, All the tips that I talked about in this episode are going to help you and your partner make it a little bit easier to stay on track. But if you are on the ball 80% of the time, then this episode was pretty much just repeating to you what you guys already do because you're on the ball and this is what you do most of the time. Fair enough? Again, guys, it's entirely possible to enjoy Valentine's Day while also staying mindful of your health and fitness goals. Guys, focus on creating lasting memories and embracing a healthy lifestyle together. That is all I got to say. All right, lasting memories and a healthy lifestyle. And if any one of you have unhealthy habits, train each other to relinquish them. Right? Implement routines that help you diminish the bad things, because we've all got our vices, myself included. When you go into a relationship, you bring shit and you take shit. Doesn't matter who you are. Okay? Hope this was able to help you. Again, a very long episode today, but it's 20 minutes divided in half, 20 for you, 20 for your partner, or 40 minutes, whatever I just said. Do the math. Anyway, that's it. That's all. If you like this episode, share it out with a friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, or let somebody know about the Meathead on the Mic podcast. We wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. If you weren't listening, I don't know who would be. All right. Hope I was able to deliver a valuable experience to you guys and girls today. It's been nice chatting. Hope you like what today's topic was about. IFBB Pro Matt Butale signing out. Boom. All right, guys. Podcast episodes recorded. I'm going to look at some of the questions here on YouTube if they pertain to today's topic. If they don't, I'm going to glaze by them because we can talk about it another day. Yeah. All right, that's it. That's cool. I guess these guys were talking about steroids, which is what we talked about yesterday, so we can talk about that tomorrow. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves. Have a sick-ass, kick-ass day. Happy Valentine's Day to y'all that are celebrating. I'm going to go get me ready and, hang out and do my thing, enjoy my little Valentine's Day. You feel me? Hope you guys do so as well. Cheers. Peace, love, protein. IFBB Pro Matt Butale signing out. Boom.